Hi, this is Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker. I want to talk about the stories that you tell yourself and how those stories become your life. The imprints that we had early on in our life leave, well, something like little dents, I'll call them. Well, they're imprints. Something happened. We asked for something and it didn't get given to us. Whatever those things were left an impression. And oftentimes we live out of those impressions. The story that we tell ourselves over and over becomes a belief, and that belief becomes the story out of which we live. So I want to talk about telling a different story. And there'll be some what ifs in this story. Whether you are consciously aware or not of your traumas, they begin to formulate your life. You'll notice that something will come up and you intuitively know that you don't want to go there. And then as you begin exploring about why that is, it might be that you have to go down a certain road that you didn't even know you had an aversion to. So I remember a few years ago, I was going to an event that I was deeply committed to financially, spiritually, and physically. And as we went along in the program, I found out that it was going to be in a town where I had a very traumatic experience. And I did months of preparation to be able to go there. I released things, and what I noticed is that if I held on to the old story about where it was that I was going, that I could feel a level of vibration that was unpleasant in my body. I didn't create a new story before I went there. I lived through this telling the old story in my mind and probably telling it out loud. And it had a certain level of vibration in my body when I went to do this event. What I found while I was there, because it was a strenuous physical event that I was doing, there was going to be rafting and zip lining and climbing mountains and things like that. So I found that I could turn that energy in my body from angst and depression and stuckness into highly motivated, powerful, upward moving energy. Now, it compelled me and propelled me into climbing up a rock wall, doing the zip lining, and throwing myself wildly off of a raft. Perhaps if I hadn't have been in the rehearsing, the retelling of that story, I might not have had the courage, the heart, because the word courage comes from the word coeur in French, which is heart. I might have not had the heart to do that. So the reason that I'm telling you this is that I didn't tell myself the new story. I used that old story to energetically propel me through some obstacles that were physically, emotionally challenging. So you can do the same. Now, coming away from that, look at the beautiful story that I now have to tell you. I just told you that. I took the energy of the trauma. I used it in my body as a vibration, which didn't feel comfortable, by the way, because I wasn't smart enough to tell myself a different story before I went. So I found a way to use that energy, and I wasn't aware, even when the doing of it, that that's what was happening. So there's a little tip for you. If you have an old story and you have a destination and that old story is not propelling you there, use that story to do that. Use that story to propel you to the next level. And as you're telling that story, feel in your body where you feel it. So for me, it was the hip area. And I'm telling you, in going up that rock wall, I really used my legs. I felt the power in them. So you can use my experience to reframe your story, have it physically resonate in a different way in your body, and then accomplish a goal. And how awesome is that? That you've got a traumatic story with the physical experience, that you then set a destination, a goal. You turn all of that energy that you've got into propelling yourself towards that goal. So think about a vision board for just a second. The goal of a vision board is so that you can see what you want. It's visibly in front of you. The telling a different story is it's a physical in you. So as you're doing this, and as you're perhaps using the old story to propel you to a destination, you might want to think about doing a vision board about this. So the vision board, you'll look for pictures that resonate with perhaps your destination, but also perhaps your experience of the story. And then you will make this concrete. So not only are you telling yourself a different story, on your vision boards there's a destination, and you're putting the things that perhaps are obstacles, some feelings that you're having. You might notice that as you move towards your destination, the pictures that go on your vision board also change. We're visual beings. We love movies. We are auditory. We like music. So there's another little tip for you. So you're creating, you're telling yourself a different story. You're using that vibration to actualize in the physical world. You're going to create a vision board. And maybe while you're doing it, a beautiful thing might be for you to play some music, so that you're transmuting this energy, the old story, those vibrations that are stuck in the body. You're physically having movement and doing first of all, intellectually setting a destination, and then visually and physically finding a photo that looks like that. This is a beautiful process because it's using all of your senses. Then we're going to bring in the music that's auditory, and it might be that that particular song has a meaning for you. If it didn't at the beginning, it certainly will by the time you're done with this process. So now we have physical in the body, we have visual, the vision board, we have auditory, the music. I suggest that maybe you drink a little something while you're doing this whole process. Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, there's no judgment on that, because you're going to be anchoring a new experience. It's your new experience. If you want tea or coffee or a glass of wine or some other beverage, that is your anchor to this movement that you've got happening here. So we're bringing in also mindfulness here. And we're using the sense of taste, the auditory, the smell. When you go to drink whatever liquid it is, even water has a smell. So you're using all of your senses to begin this brand new story. The old story, you've got that vibration, it's in your body. And then you're moving through that. You're looking at, I have a destination. Can I use this old story to propel me towards my destination? And how can I do that? Well, you're going to bring the visual in with the vision board, and you're going to create your destination. You're going to bring in the auditory with music that you're listening to. You're going to bring in the sense of taste and smell with what it is that you're drinking. You're going to all do this through your fingertips, the sense of touch. And I invite you to do it in sacred space, so that even if it just is something as simple as lighting a candle, that you do that simple lighting a candle, that then connects you to the divine. So here you are in the physical plane, grounded in the physical plane, experiencing all of your senses, connecting to the divine, creating a brand new story. Energetically, every cell of your body will get this. Your mind will be full, you'll be mindful, because you're taking such an incredible focus and you're using all of this energy towards transmutation and transformation. So this is a very beautiful process of telling yourself a better story, and also telling yourself over and over and over again that every day is getting better. Every day I'm getting better. Every day my future looks better. And give gratitude for that which you don't believe you have yet, because it just hasn't shown itself. This process that I've just taken you through in 12 short minutes is one that you can use over and over and over again. You can even gather some friends and do it with them. The intentionality of us doing this profound, I don't want to call it work because that just makes it so not fun. It's play actually. That's exactly what it is, because it was a play back then. It had a story, it played out. Now you're going to recreate a story and play it out. So you're creating this play for your life. And if you are not the author of your life, the word authenticity, authority, all come out of the word author, which means to write. So author your life. Tell yourself a better story. Tell yourself a phantasmagoric story, and then live into that, because you know what it's like to live in your old story. I hope this is useful for you and that you find benefit and that you actually do it. That would be awesome. So if I can help in any way, give me a shout. Sheila, Shiela, at shamanweaver.com. Go check out shamanweaver.com and have an amazing, amazing life. Bliss.